Pittsburgh, we have a unique environmental reality with the Allegheny and Monongahela forming the Ohio River.
Well, quite frankly, that's the reason Pittsburgh's here.
Pittsburgh's riverfronts had been occupied by industry for 100 years.
It evolved over a period of years because they used the water and the riverways for trade and the transportation for heavy industry.
Industrial wastelands along some of the most spectacular topography in the region. As industry left, it created both a challenge and an opportunity.
You reconsider the urban environment in the river landscape of Pittsburgh.
Well, the first time I came to Pittsburgh was in the late 60s. When I came through the Fort Pitt Tunnel, I really couldn't believe what I was seeing. The steel mills were very, very active, and I remember being kind of amazed at the glow from some of the mills along the riverbanks. Much of what I was seeing was still industrial Pittsburgh, but the downtown was amazing. It was much different than I had expected.
I first came here in 1987, and I had an image that probably most people had in those days. Some people still have it, of this really terrible place, of kind of an environmental calamity that's dangerous to your health. Before there was an environment, we treated the rivers and the land like they were infinitely renewable and somehow they'd take care of themselves. And in the case of Pittsburgh, I would say we treated the rivers like they were our sewer. I was delighted to see the rivers and the potential. In 1987, we had mostly unrealized potential.
At the time, there were very interesting projects happening, interesting brownfield projects, some wonderful corporate headquarters like the new Alcoa headquarters, but the projects were disconnected, and there was a sense that there was a tremendous opportunity to create seamless access along the rivers and to really think holistically about what we could achieve on all three rivers. Riverlife was founded in 1999 by a group of very energetic citizens who came together to reconnect the city with the riverfronts. They were an amazing group of people, not a shrinking violet among them, not afraid of bold action, and very importantly, they were committed to making the visioning a public exercise.
That the community work with the developers and the planners to assure that we create something that we can be proud of for 100 years.
It was clear that if we all worked together, we could create a park system here in Pittsburgh unlike any waterfront park system in the world. Riverlife is the keeper of a dream for Pittsburgh's riverfronts. A park system continuously along 13 miles of downtown riverfront right in the heart of our city that sets a whole new standard for bringing the environment and business and recreation to improve the quality of life in our city.
Rivers have always meant quality of life, and it causes people to collect and gather and enjoy the quality of life around the rivers.
The rivers become the heart of the community, contributing the human energy, which is really important to where we live.
In terms of a Cinderella city that has turned itself around and done so by bringing this amazing natural resource that we have, this treasure, connecting to bridges and into neighborhoods and districts with water landings that turn our riverfronts into the front door of the community rather than the back door or an industrial highway.
And it's happening finally. The future of this river area and the close by Pittsburgh downtown is on its way to becoming more about a people habitat. Where they live and how they live are not an afterthought, but a purposeful decision to create livable, affordable, beautiful venues for people to live And there are people there every day enjoying what we have together and adding their own presence to it. That's the vision. I have to say what's taken place here and what's happening going forward, a beautiful city that's environmentally responsible and a joy to be part of. And I don't know of another place in the country that's really done as much over this period of time as the city of Pittsburgh.
But what's happened and how the riverfronts have transformed themselves, or how Riverlife has transformed the riverbanks over the period of years, really makes it the most livable city in the world. And when we were told by the Parade magazine that the most beautiful single view in the United States was that from Mount Washington looking over the city, I think that's really true, and a lot of that's because of Riverlife.
There's still so much to do. We have an opportunity to make the best of everything, to do justice to the environment we create for ourselves. For me, Riverlife begins with the people who make it happen, and Riverlife is the action lever for our future going forward.